What is happening, guys? Mathematic is back again. You know where we are, so let's get into it. So guys, let's say thank you very much for the comments, the likes and subscriptions. Let's keep it going. The channel is building. We have over 1,000 subscribers. I do very much appreciate it. So I'm going to give you a bit more of a idea as to where I'm up to now. So guys, in respect of autumn and winter fragrances, I've seen some people have done some reviews on this one, which is Spicebomb Extreme, and I think you can see that now in the camera. And for me, guys, I'm going to give you a quick breakdown of my thoughts on winter fragrances, the fragrances that I enjoy. It's not for everybody. And for me, guys, this one will not be making it in my list. There is a fragrance in there that was somewhat similar. There is a contrast between the two, and I might try and do a review at some point of a comparison video. But for now, guys, yes, enough people have done reviews on this one. It is out there, guys. If you like Spicebomb, this is slightly more mature. This is slightly more along the lines of Tobacco Vinny in a sense. It's just maybe obviously it's a cheaper version to some extent, but still, don't get me wrong, Spicebomb's still done a very good job on this one. So this will not be in my list, but by all means, check out the YouTubers, check out their thoughts on this one. For me, not today. So guys, bringing it in, first of all, I'm going to do a quick breakdown of this fragrance, which is one which I think is pretty nice. It's not for everybody, but at the same time, this is Bulgari Man In Black. So guys, for those that don't know, about the top, it's pretty cool. And for me, guys, just aesthetics alone, the bottle's got this type of rose gold type of trim to it. It looks so nice and it looks so prestige. But at the same time, let's get into the juice. So for me, guys, this does seem to have like an opening like Spicebomb, the original version of Spicebomb, which is here. And it seems to have also like a, what comes to mind knows, like a type of incense as well, like a not necessarily woodsy, but a leather incense type of smell, maybe musk type of smell. Fragrantica has a breakdown of, it says in Fragrantica that it has rum in the top notes, as well as some spice, some pepper, some tobacco, and it makes it saying it has some leather, and it has some, I believe, some violet, maybe, or iris, and then in the base, maybe some woods with some tonka bean, obviously, and then most likely some amber is what I'm assuming. Let's have a quick look. Doesn't say. But anyway, though, guys, the point I'm saying for this one, for me, I'm getting an easy 2 hours. I don't know if it's appropriate to wear this in the office for a straight out spray. When I've sprayed this one before, the distribution is very nice. Again, it smells to me like incense, Spicebomb mixed with tobacco, woodsy note. Musk, maybe. But for me, guys, it's good. I like it. I get a good 2 hours plus from the opening type of spicy note, and then it'll dry down, guys, maybe to another, maybe in total probably around 4 hours or so. But I get more of a woodsy type of leathery note in the base. I think the opening is quite bright and maybe a little bit heavy if you're going to spray this in the office, guys. So just be cautious on this one on the trigger if you're around other people. If you're going to spray it and then go and walk, by all means, you know, this can dry down and it's pretty nice. But if you're going to spray it next to people, you need to be a little bit cautious. But for the winter, for the autumn, this one for me, I think cuts through the cold weather, and I can actually know that I've been wearing this one, guys, after spraying it after an hour. So that's a good fragrance. It's relatively cheap as well in comparison to the other ones you may see in this video. But nonetheless, though, guys, I mean, you can get this probably in the UK for around about £40 or so for a, when this, I think this is about 60 mil. Yeah, 60 mil. So this isn't bad, guys. Check that one out. Next one on my list, guys. I'm going to touch on this one, and this is one of my favorites, but at the same time, it's not everybody's favorite. I don't know why there's so much hate on this one in the community. This one has done so much, and the house itself is so, in my opinion, very revered for those that want to watch their cash. Watch their cash. And this is Spicebomb. This is 1 million. 1 million, guys. So this one, I know there's some hate on it. I know people say it's too much. It's this bubblegum vibe and everything else. Don't really need to get too deep into it though, guys, but that bubblegum cinnamon vibe will cut through the cold weather like nobody's business. This one still gets compliments for me. I think this is, I don't know how many bottles I've had of this one through the years. Someone even purchased for me the 200 ml bottle at one point, and I had that one for ages. This is supposed to only be an EDT, but the level of concentration in this one though, guys, will get you very far, and this is why I'm saying for bang for your buck, this one will do it. Note breakdown, I don't really need to get into too much, but if you imagine like this type of sweet, type of bubblegum, gum, it has grapefruit in there, it has some cinnamon in there. I believe it has some leather in the base, and also some woodsy notes in the base. And I think there is also some type of, let's see, patchouli in there as well. So for me, guys, this one is a no-brainer. If you really have limited budget and you're not sure what to get for, especially for the winter time, but you wanted maybe slightly more going along the lines of designer type of fragrances, this is definitely one. It is played out. People say everyone's wearing this, but I don't really think that's the case. I have been to a party though and actually found that 2 other people had the same fragrance, and they saw my fragrance and came and showed me the bottle, which I wasn't particularly happy with. But nonetheless though, guys, the ladies love this one, so you can't deny it. It's the same with Invictus. I can't deny how many people give me compliments wearing that fragrance. I don't care if people say it's played out and it's boring and it's just a mishmash of different fragrances into one fragrance and it's too much. Forget all that, guys. If you're going for compliments, this has been proven and tested to get the compliments. Maybe somewhat juvenile, similar to Invictus, maybe somewhat juvenile, but hey, it's entirely your decision, guys. So for me, guys, if you can get a good, this is 100 ml, if you can get a good deal on this one, probably for around about £50 or so in the UK, why not? This one will do it for you guys. Easily getting 5-6 hours on this one. So it's not one to be shied away from. Equally, even in the office, allow it to dry down, guys. And if you go in the office, it will linger. And I've had a load of compliments from this one. So this can be more casual, in the office, you name it, guys. It's going to last. Outside, it's going to do it for you. In the club, it's going to do it for you. Okay? So no particular order, but that's that one there. Second one for, well, third one for me, guys. And this is one of my favorite ones of all time. And this one is Viktor&Rolf Spicebomb. So yes, I have touched on, as I say briefly, this one, but this one's slightly more mature, this one's slightly more heavier in respect of the tobacco note, while this one seems to be a bit more youthful. The spicy note is there. I love the dry down, guys. For me, the dry down reminds me of Christmas time. If you imagine like this cinnamon type of gingerbread type of smell, that's what it reminds me of. For the festive season, this is one of my favorite fragrances. I mean, the note breakdown on this one, again, one of my favorite notes in any fragrance right about now is grapefruit. That is in this one. I believe there is some amber as well in there somewhere, but ultimately it has some paprika, even it's saying in there, some cinnamon, and also in the dry down it's saying it's got some vetiver with some woodsy notes and tobacco. So where the tobacco may be a bit more prominent in this one, the tobacco's seems to be slightly more in the base to give it that staying power. For me though, guys, unfortunately, this definitely has been reformulated. I don't know why companies do this. I understand maybe it's to do with sourcing of ingredients, but unfortunately this one has been reformulated. It's not as heavy and it's not as potent as it was before. But nonetheless though, guys, if you're still out in the market and you can get a good deal on this one, especially now, guys, I think in Boots you can get loads of these type of packages where you get maybe this one and this is a 90 ml, I believe. Yes. This is a 90 ml, and you'll get also maybe like a little, maybe another 20 ml decant with it as well. And then you can get those for about £60 or so. So that's in the UK. But for me, guys, easily, I'm getting a good 4 hours on this one. The spicy opening, which I really enjoy. Again, it's not as heavy as this one, so it's a lot lighter. So again, it's like that EDT is going to spread a lot more and give you that scent trail and that scent bubble. Had compliments on this one, guys, in the office. Had compliments just casually, and equally in the club. I've had those compliments as well though, guys. So if you got a bit of change, this one may be slightly more expensive than the last two that I noted, but nonetheless though, guys, now's the time to get it if you can get it on the on some form of package deal. Okay, and the very last one I'm going to do, guys, just to wrap up the video, is one of my favorite of all time, and this is Dolce Gabbana, the one or the parfum. Again, guys, everybody talks about it, and this is one of the problems. Yes, it is to do with the performance. The performance is the biggest letdown in this one, guys. For me, this one smells, it's fantastic, guys. This one, to me, it epitomizes what I feel a fragrance should be like. It's just unfortunate that it doesn't seem to have that long, that lasting power. This one, for me, guys, maybe pushed it 2 hours. The ingredients, I think, are very well blended. It's very smooth. If you imagine, like in my mind, I'm thinking like a cognac type of smell. This is, to me, mature, but at the same time, it is still very vibrant. It's got its own sort of youthfulness to it. It doesn't smell to me like a older type of scent. You get this type of bubble, like a Coca-Cola vibe. to some extent when you smell this one, guys. And this is one of my most favorite fragrances of all time. You can see how much juice I have left in this one, and I need to get a new bottle. Top notes, again, it has that grapefruit in there. Base notes will be, again, tobacco, amber, and there's some cedar wood, I think, in the base. And the mid notes have that cardamom and ginger. So you do get that type of spicy element. So for me, guys, when it comes to spicy fragrances, this is one of my favorites, probably followed by this one. And then I'll probably say this one, and then respect, obviously, Bulgari, slightly more heavier along the contrast of fragrances. But as it goes, guys, this one for me, 2 hours, can wear this in the office, had the compliments, can wear this in the club, but it won't really project as much after probably the initial hour. So you just got to be cautious on that one, guys. For the winter, will it break through the winter coldness? Yes, to an extent, but you may need to reapply or take a decant with you. Again, guys, this one's slightly more expensive than some of the previous ones here that I've touched on. But by all means, guys, if you can get your hands on this one, get a deal, I would heartily recommend it. And if I had to pick one, because again, if you're short on cash and you're not too sure which one to get, I personally would say the most versatile one out of all of these would probably be this one, Spicebomb, the EDT, because it's a little bit more, I'll say a little bit more youthful, can do a little bit more with it in respect of the scent trail and scent bubble that you'll get. At the same time, you can wear this in the club, no problem. This one may not lend itself that well to the club, to be honest though, guys. So that was my review, guys, of these few of these designer fragrances for those that want to spend a little bit more than what we talk about normally. But by all means, guys, if you do like the videos, please do not forget to comment and subscribe. The channel is still growing. I do appreciate your comments, and I do appreciate you supporting the channel. Ciao.